KNF Concept have sent over one of their trail cams. This is going to be fun. So KNF Concept contacted me asking me if I wanted to take a look at one of their trail cams, and normally I'd say no because I'm mostly a macro-centric channel, but I want to break into the wildlife photography genre, so I said yes to take a look at this trail cam. So this is a 4G solar wildlife trail cam. It's got infrared, it's got motion sensors on, it's going to be a lot of fun. But what caught my eye about this particular trail cam is it can connect to my phone. So I don't have to keep going back out to check the memory card and see what we got. I can check it on my phone. So let's take a look at this now. So we got a SIM card with it. Again, we do need a SIM card because we are going to be connecting over the 4G network. We have a solar panel. That's going to be to power the trail cam. I'm hoping it's not going to be out there that long that we need to use that, but here is the trail cam itself. So it's nice and small. Again, it's got all the features that a trail cam's got. It's got motion detection, it's got night vision on it. But like I said before, the one that caught my eye was being able to connect to it with my phone. We have the strap to strap it to the tree. We've got other accessories to help connect it to stuff, so I don't particularly want to be drilling anything. So we have the antenna for the camera, and I'm assuming this accessory is to put the solar panel on, but again, you got to drill it into the tree. I'm not too keen on that, so what I might do is I might test it and see how long the batteries actually last once they're fully charged. So let's take a look at the technical specs of this particular trail cam. It's a 4G cellular network, so you can view the images anywhere, anytime using your mobile phone. It's a low power consumption trail cam and comes with 3 high performance lithium batteries. It has a tracking camera up to 4 megapixel shooting, 2.7K HD video effect using the latest 3.6 inch HD lens technology. It all sounds technical, but what it's basically saying is it can do stills and it can do video as well. It's got a high sensitivity infrared motion sensor that's going to sense any motion in the day and in night and will take the pictures and the video. It's got IP66 waterproofing. With the weather we got at the moment, we're going to need that. But yeah, if you want to get all of the technical specs, then have a look at the link in the description. That will take you to the KNF website and you can take a look at the description there. We want to get into the fun things of these. I'm going to set this up now and then I'm going to take it out and I'm going to set it up outside somewhere on Cannock Chase, and let's see what type of footage and images we can get from this trail cam. So when you first get the trail cam, you have to put the supplied SIM into the trail cam, and then you have to buy data. Now this data is, in my opinion, quite expensive. That's almost as close as free mobile whipping you off. I would like it if we could buy the data and then have it just run out naturally, like over time when it's used, but these companies ain't going to make their money if they do it like that, are they? Once you've done that, when you come into the trail cam software, which is Yukon, that you use to monitor the trail cam, you also have to buy storage there for the cloud, and that's about £4 a month. Now I did initially click on trial, but it charged me, so there might be an issue there with the app, but just bear that in mind that if you are going to be using these trail cams, you have got to buy data for your SIM card. So I went out onto Cannock Chase in the intent of filming the deer on there, and I had a lot of trouble setting this thing up. Not because of this not being good, but because of the mobile signal over at Cannock Chase is just awful. It took us quite a while to find a spot where the signal would actually work, and at one point I thought that this was faulty, so I set up in the garden. It worked fine in the garden because there's a good signal here, but over on Cannock Chase there was a very distinct lack of a signal. But we did manage to find an area where we could set it up and have signal. Now the signal wasn't strong enough for me to be able to view the camera in real time, but it was good enough, get videos uploaded over time and to view them. So we had a few hits, and this was on the last day of the service. So here we can see some deer in this shot here. You see the deer running through. I was hoping they would get closer to the camera, but unfortunately they didn't. A lot of times I got false signals, either shadows triggering it or the branches moving in the trees would trigger it. So we did get a lot of footage where there just wasn't anything in it, but we did get some footage of deer, got footage of a bird, and a rabbit quickly running it across the screen. And we got this footage of a squirrel. This is probably the one animal that got closest to the camera, was this squirrel here. The footage overall through the app and using the cellular data on here, it's not the best footage. If you want better footage, you would have to upgrade your trail cam to a more expensive camera, which then leads me onto the debate of whether you want an expensive one left in a woodland where someone could tamper with it or potentially pinch it. I was lucky enough that when I went back to get my trail cam, it was still where I put it and it was still intact. So for me to go back and find my trail cam where I left it and not smashed up or pinched was very impressive for Cannock. The footage isn't the best in the world. We couldn't find a decent signal. Again, that's not a fault of the camera, that's just the area that I'm in. But when it did work, it was a lot of fun to watch the video of the animals and that. And I'm sure that I'm going to be having more play with this in the future. If I can find a nice spot where the deer come close up to the trees and the signal there for this, then I'm definitely going to be setting that up in the future. So overall, I like the camera. It's budget friendly. Again, the video isn't the best, but the video quality reflects the budget of the camera. And it's a lot of fun to play with. The wife and I had fun sifting through the footage that it had captured and uploaded to the cloud. So if you're into your animals, your nature, this might be something for you to have in your car, just to stick into your local woodlands to see what kind of animals trigger it in the day and in the night. Unfortunately, I didn't have anything trigger it in the night time, but in the future, I'm sure I can find a place somewhere where there's good signal and a good amount of wildlife. I want to thank Canon EF for sending me over this trail cam for review. It's much appreciated. And there's a link in the description if you want to check out the link to this trail cam if you want to get your own and have some fun watching your local wildlife. But that's where I shall leave this video. My name's Stuart Wood. I want to thank you for getting to the end of this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for sticking to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, then please subscribe and click the like button. It really does help out the channel. I want to thank my Patreon supporters for their continued support in supporting me and this channel. If you're interested in joining Patreon, then check in the description below this video for a link to Patreon. If you want to continue watching my macro journey, then click one of the videos in front of you now.